First midweek game of the year, and of course you always midweek games can always kind of bite you. We've been pretty good since I've been here, anyways. We've been fairly good at midweek games, but you just worry about the fact that we haven't gotten into the conference yet, so maybe that it's not appropriate to say, but it's just the crowd's usually not as big. Although I got to say, and I don't know what the crowd was tonight, but it looked like one of the bigger crowds we've had here on a Wednesday. Albeit it's been a few years since we've had a lot of the fans in the park. But as a coach, you're just always worried about those midweek games. They're in class, they got to go to class in the morning. They're coming from school, coming over here and getting, the focus and attention on the baseball field is something you always worry about as a coach. But team's done a good job thus far, and we had our early work before the game, and it went very well. And guys were focused and concentrated for the most part. And we played a complete game. We had a lot of hits. All the pitchers that came in, Carson starting with him, threw a great first freshman start, outstanding. We swung the bat. We got some big key 2-out hits there from Burke. I think he had 3 RBIs with 2 swings with 2 outs. And we played good defense. So, very happy with that, pretty much a complete game with really 2 big innings there in the 3rd and the 7th.
If you have a question for Gino, please use the hand raise function. We'll start with Christopher Stock from Inside the U. Chris.
Hey, Gino, just if you could expand on Carson, what impressed you tonight with him? And then also, just kind of what impressed you during preseason practices with him to earn the start.
Yeah, I heard Burke talking about that. And so, he's got a pitch, a very, very productive pitch in the changeup. He throws hard too. I mean, he's a 93, 94 guy. Early on, I think he was 94 and basically sat in between 92, 94. And breaking ball's coming along, but the changeup is a difference maker, and that's a swing and miss pitch. You can't defend a swing and miss pitch, and he's got it. And it works well for them. FAU's an aggressive team. They're looking fastball, hitting fastball, especially in fastball counts. And so the changeup was a very effective pitch for them. So, yeah, he looked good, and he's done that all fall. When I say he's done it all fall and spring, he's done that. He's had his moments, where his command maybe hasn't been there, but all in all, that's not surprising of the outing that he did today. That's not surprising for us.
Next, we'll go to Wyatt Coltman from Miami Hurricane. Wyatt?
Coach, a lot of hitting out of the entire lineup today. What impressed you the most out of your guys' ability just to produce 1 through 9 against a FAU ball club like this?
Well, I mean, 1 through 9, you probably made it's a good statement right there. The lineup is pretty deep. When you have 9 hitters, you hope that are giving, we call it taxing at bats, but just really tough at bats on the pitcher, where the pitcher can't really take a break. He can't make too many mistakes because guys will take advantage of them. Like to think that we got guys in a lineup that can do that. But, with the line, like to see us cut down in strikeouts. We had too many strikeouts there. We've been pretty good about, walks and strikeouts, but we had way too many strikeouts. But and our team's going to strike out a little bit. We got some power. It looks like a team that we can put up maybe some big numbers with some pop. Like I said, we scored 3 and then 5 in 2 different innings. But what stood out to me, the big hits, the ones that stood out certainly was Burke's 2 hits that he got there when you had 2 outs. They're 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, and he got 2 big hits with 3 that knocked in 3 runs. So that was real big, especially the one when it was a 4-1 game late there in the 7th. That opened it up.
Any other questions for Gino? We'll go back to Christopher Stock. Chris?
Yeah, Coach, I was curious if you could just give me your take on how Lorenzo Carrier and Dorian Gonzalez Jr. have performed for you guys, as freshmen, just kind of jumping in here and hitting the ball.
Yeah, well, Zoe's our top offensive recruit, and he's a guy that was very highly touted, pro guys, pulled his name out of the draft there late before the draft, which is something we've never had happen. And he called right before the draft and said that he was going to announce that he was going to school, and that's, of course, music to your ears as a coach when you hear that. And it says a lot about him and his family and education. And he wanted to come to college and develop and get better. And I heard Burke talking about him. He's a great player, but he's even a better person. He is one of those guys. He's kind of a special kid. He's a quiet kid. He listens. He's extremely coachable. You tell him one time and that's it. And he's pretty much, he's makes the adjustments, and he's got a really high ceiling. Obviously, a lot of power, and is just going to get better and better and better. In regards to Dorian, Dorian this spring has been our best offensive player. The fall, Yo-Yo had a great fall and was outstanding along with a few other guys, but Yo-Yo had the best fall. But in that short spring before we get ready, like 3 weeks before the season starts in the inter squads, Dorian was out hitting everybody and had more RBIs than everybody, and really was playing really well. And he kind of stepped up his game from the fall to the spring, and he's carried it over, to the season here. Like to see him give a better at bat there with the bases loaded. He got jammed on a 3-1 pitch. We don't want that to happen there, but all in all, he's been played very well, very steady, and hopefully, we're hitting him 6, which is really an RBI position in the lineup, but that's the kind of confidence I have in him, putting him in that spot. So we hope he can continue to keep doing it and build off of that.
Well, it's curious also too with Max kind of settling in at catcher, and then just he's right in the middle lineup for you guys, the importance of him and how he's doing, and then also just an update on Carlos Perez. We've not seen him yet. How's he doing?
Okay, well, Max, hitting 4th, he's hitting behind our best hitter. Yo-Yo Morales is our most productive offensive hitter, and Max has done an excellent job. That's protection. That's going to give Yo-Yo better pitches. They can't pitch around him. If they do, they got to pitch to Max, and Max's strength coming in was offense, but he's done a good job behind the plate. He's got a very good arm. He's still developing and getting better and better behind the plate in his receiving and blocking. Got to continue to get better there. But he's a guy that we knew coming in, he was going to hit in the middle of our lineup somewhere, and looks like he's kind of solidified for right now, hitting right behind Yo-Yo, which I think is a great spot, especially when you're trying to go right, left. We're going left right now early on, and then Yo-Yo hits third all the time. Righty, it'd be good to go, right, left if you can, as much as you can. So that's a good spot for Max, and he's swinging the bat really well. Carlos is just starting to he's just starting to swing the bat. It's a slow process, but he got the clearance from the doctor, so he just started swinging and catching, I guess yesterday or just early, really Monday. But it's a process now, so it's basically just up to Carlos and us watching him and our trainers, and seeing where he progresses to when he can possibly get in. We were told at the earliest to be Harvard. I'm not sure that's going to happen. After seeing today, it's still a slow process, but he is coming along. But hopefully, maybe by next weekend, the following weekend, we can have him available. But we'll see. We'll just see how quick he comes along. But time will tell.
Finger for Carlos, is that correct?
Pinky, yeah,
Okay.
it's his catching. So it'd be his left pinky.
And then curious, have you made a decision on starting pitching this weekend? Is it going to be because you're going back to the 3 games, have you decided it's going to be those first 3 guys? Is McFarland going to be in there available?
Well, McFarland threw game 4 for us, Chris. So no, I mean, our rotation, like we had announced, is our rotation before the season. That's Alejandro and Carson, Palmquist, and Garland. That's our Friday, Saturday, Sunday guy. We threw McFarland because we had 4 games, but those guys are our 1, 2, 3 right now.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan. Susan?
Hey, Gino, congratulations.
Thank you.
The defense was flawless tonight. How satisfying was that for you?
It was, because our defense didn't play great over the weekend. We did not. That was the one thing that probably stuck out a little sore for me, was the defense wasn't great. We're better than that. We made some good plays today. Of course, I thought we threw a guy out at second. I still can't figure that replay out, but I mean, I don't know. But Dom made 2 great plays, a bullet hit to his left, a short one hopper that he moved his feet and caught, and then a slow roller in onto his right that he threw. And CJ made a great pick, and CJ made a great play. Ball hit hard to his right that he threw out the front runner there going to second. And so, yeah, I mean, we had some plays. Those plays stood out to me as really good plays. The other ones were routine, I think. But, yeah, it's good to see us play good defense and have no errors, because over the weekend we didn't play the way we're capable of defensively.
Any other questions for Gino?
Yeah, Gino, I got one more, if you don't mind. Just how's the look at CJ Kafis leading off? How's he look for you there in that spot?
Yeah, he's been good, Chris. I mean, I've been happy with him. We really kind of going into it, not sure who our leadoff guy was. And he seemed to be the guy that made the fit. Obviously runs well. He bunts well. He's a good hitter. He hits to all fields. And he's a good base runner. He's a good base runner. He can steal bases. He can read balls in the dirt. He's got good instincts on the bases. Yeah, I feel very confident and very good about him leading off for us, which I got to tell you, I wasn't sure who that was going to be coming into it. There was a few candidates, but he's taken that reins, and I see that, there's a good chance he can be there for a long time. Yeah, I like him in that spot.